Workshop has been in the community for probably 40, 50 years. It started out, they used to call it the joinery, and then it turned into what they call QPAC, which is where they kind of turned it into packaging and assemblies.
Sheltered workshops are a place for developmental disabled adults who want to be in the workforce and they needed some skills and a safe place to learn how to work. They used workshops to train people and to build skills, so it was a place where people could be social and learn job skills.
I think the benefits of closing it is that we really individualized what we wanted people to do. A shelter workshop is basically you come in and you do the work in a collective. I think what we did is we took each individual, worked on what they wanted to do, what they wanted to accomplish, and we were quite surprised at some people what their interests were, and we've tried to make those interests and hobbies and aspirations happen.
So initially there was a lot of concern. A lot of people were upset about the direction we were going, and so we had lots of discussions. People we supported were having difficulty thinking about the change, as were parents and family members.
Change is very challenging for anybody, regardless of what change is happening, and the worries were legitimate. My son or daughter has been at the shelter workshop for 10 years. What are they going to do? Are they going to be welcomed in the community? And I think we've answered it well. I think all the people we've supported in place have gone on to be done bigger and better things, which is good.
Apprehension at first. Change is hard for people. People like routine, people like their habit, they like their routines. So presenting that there will be no more QPAC, it was scary at first.
So we started brainstorming and coming up with ideas of what we could do to make sure that people had meaningful lives. We knew that they were losing QPAC, so what could we do in replace of that? I really wanted to take a person-centered approach and look at each individual and what they wanted to see, what they would like to do. And for a lot of people it was exploring because they didn't know any different. So we had small groups where we got together and talked about different options. For example, what would it mean to get a job in the community? What would it mean to volunteer somewhere? What would it mean to have extra recreational activities during the daytime? And why would you choose volunteering over working?
People want to have a valued job. They want to be in the workforce.
Evan comes here and does some farm chores for us. So everything from taking care of the animals to helping shovel in the deep snow. It's given him a sense of independence, and he can demonstrate all the skills that he had previously coming to Fiddlehead Care Farm and the skills that he's learning at Fiddlehead Care Farm.
I love animals and I love working with them, and I love caring for them.
The growth we've seen has been incredible. He's such a really hard worker, but the real growth we've seen has been in the independence.
When Devin gets here, we always get a warm welcome. So whether that's a really nice firm handshake or even hugs sometimes, and we're totally open to that. We come and we say hello and get a little update on how everybody's mood is and how we're doing for the day. And then after that, Devin looks to his job board and he finds out what jobs we need done on the farm today. And usually that entails taking care of the animals. So we have our little piggy Luna, so he feeds her and gives her water and cleans her pen. And then one of his favorite jobs is going to the chickens, where he cleans their pen and collects the eggs.
Integration into the community is that they have to feel they belong, they have to feel they can contribute, they have to feel that they're wanted and appreciated. And I think that's been our biggest role, is to try to figure out how to do that.
I love it better than QPAC. QPAC was very stressful for me. The first day I started there, I never liked working there. But this is fun.
For the people who have moved forward through the process, they've learned new skills, they've tried new opportunities, they're loving what they're doing. And it's something new and exciting.
It makes myself happy with joy because I love working with animals.
Also gives Devin a sense of pride and purpose because he helped us out and he can see the joy on our faces and how thankful we are for his help, and that makes him feel really good.
Devin has made really good relationships with particularly one of the clients, but anyone who really comes on the farm, Devin's really very welcoming, and even the relationship that he's built with Steph and myself. And I think that's a really important part of coming to a new opportunity like this, is that you're meeting other people outside of your normal social circle and practicing what to do when you meet someone new and building those relationships and asking questions about them. They're such important things to keep growing and building and pushing yourself to meet new people and learn about different people and how different people work.
I think a lot of times when I talk to people, they will say to me, I want a job like my mom, or I want a job like my brother. They want to fit in. For a lot of us, when people say, hi, how are you? What do you do? We talk about our job. That's what gives us meaning. That's what they were looking for as well.
I love the residents. They're their number one priority. I like Lori, and I like Robin, and I like the nurses here. They're very talkative. They're very helpful if I have any questions.
It's been great having Deborah here. She goes and she picks up residents for me and does a lot in the salon, and she's building relationships and friendships with the residents. And she sits and does hand massage with them and spends the one-on-one time that is so nice and dear for the residents. And sweeping the floor and rolling towels and different things like that. But it's been a real joy to have her here for sure.
She wanted to work and still make some money. She wanted to volunteer because she liked giving back and she liked seniors. And she liked taking pictures. She liked making cards, which she had done in the past. So we looked at that. So one day she volunteers at the Avalon in Orangeville, and another day she's working at DCAF, and then she has a day where she's working on her photography and making cards that she's selling to make a little bit of money.
We're pleased to have Deborah come and work for us here at DCAF's. Deborah provides an essential service for us here at DCAF. She cleans our toys.
I do labels and making toys. My main job is the toys and the kids. Sometimes the kids though, I'll be cleaning in the lobby and there'll be like one or two of them, and they'll come up to me and I'll say, do you want to play with a toy? And they'll mix the bins up. So then you're mixing clean toys with dirty toys.
She interacts with our service recipients and our guests that come into the building, always with a smile, always with her quick wit and her jokes that she likes to tell. And I think she puts people at ease. I think she really does with her, with the joy that she brings, and we really appreciate having her here.
Being part of society and being part of what everybody else does makes them feel valued and important. And the money certainly helps because they can spend it on trips or whatever that they're interested in purchasing.
The hope for any organization that supports developmental disabilities is that the people we support just blend into the community, that they're not seen as having a disability, that they just are part of the community, and they contribute to the community, they support the community, and the community would just see them as any person walking down the street.
I would tell other potential employers that it's a real benefit having someone from CLD come work for their organization.
I don't mind not working at QPAC because I know that I have this minimum wage job, and this could be put onto a resume if there's another opening for a job or something like that. I'm just using it as a skill builder, as I said.
Requires a lot of patience, for sure. There's a lot of repetitiveness, and a lot of direction has to be given at times. But it's really self-rewarding. It's great to see how they grow and they gain confidence.
Working in partnership with CLD has allowed us to have Deborah, Jill, I think we have some other workers over at our autism site that also clean toys, and we also have Josh also that comes around and helps us with our garbage and our maintenance.
People who are looking for employees, and I don't want to stereotype our population, but a lot of people we work for and with to find work are very motivated, very dedicated, are loyal employees. So I know a lot of companies, especially in the fast food industries, have a really hard time retaining people. That's not the case with our population. When you get an individual that we've supported, they really care about their company. And I turned to a company in Toronto, Tim Hortons, an owner about 12 years ago, couldn't get enough employees, and then hired an individual with Down syndrome who was just coming in with his resume. He did it because he couldn't find enough people. I don't think he really wanted to. Turned out to be his best employee, and 60% of his workforce have some sort of disability.
Change, yeah, it's scary, but it also can be exciting, and lots of opportunities can come from that.
For people to move out of that sheltered, closed workshop, to be out in the community, to be involved in their community, it's rewarding.
It's just such a good feeling to be able to see somebody get such joy out of helping out.
Wake up at like 7 in the morning and get ready for my day, and then come here between 10 and 12.
He enjoys going out and doing it on his own and checks in with us and says, what's next? So I think that growth in independence, but also just in that confidence that he's able to go out and know that he knows how to do that job and he can do it, and then he can come back with pride and say, I collected the eggs, or I took care of Luna, or whatever the case is. I think that's a really powerful piece of growth that we've seen in Devon.
I would recommend investigating the employment opportunities that CLD would have on hand. We're nothing but pleased with the individuals that have come to DHAVS to work for us, and it's been a joy. It's been a joy. I've made some really great friends. We've had some great new employees, and we're looking forward to having them. We treat them like our employees.
Focusing on the positives and skill building and learning new jobs and new skills is exciting, and it's rewarding in the same way.
And oftentimes when I gave presentations, when I first gave the reason I was there, what I was presenting on, people were like, oh, that's so terrible that you're closing the workshop, that's happening. And then when I started to tell them why we were moving in that direction, and that we wanted people to be part of their own community and to be included in activities that they choose, then people started to think, and it kind of turned that around. So in the beginning there was a lot of negativity, but the more education, the more conversations that were happening, and the more that people were trying different things, the more exciting it got, and the more people jumped on board.